Robin Oldham is a successful Starbucks district manager and my own personal leader. She joined Starbucks 4 years ago after leaving Nordstrom's to further her career. Robin is a leader among her peers, but more importantly, a leader in her community. Despite her district being changed 4 times in the 4 years she's worked with the company, Robin remains a strong supporter of anyone who has worked with or for her. She's maintained a low 25% turnover rate among her store managers. Despite all this change, Robin has emerged as a sought-after, strong, supportive leader. My name is Nicole Hunt, and my goal in sharing with you the story of Robin Oldham is to explore one of the most humble and effective leaders I've ever worked with. I will share with you her path to leadership, how she continues to grow and practice her leadership skills, and my perspective as her employee, while using supporting information from our textbook, Leadership: A Communication Perspective. In interviewing Robin, I found her journey towards leadership included perspectives from authoritarian leadership, situational leadership, and servant leadership. It is from those theories and perspectives that we will explore Robin's path today. I started our interview by asking Robin about her previous experiences at Nordstrom's as a leader. When I asked her to share her story, she giggled a little and said, "Nicole, I have to tell you, I didn't start out as a great leader. And I really believe that leadership is about the journey, because a true leader never stops trying to be better." Her story at Nordstrom's is fairly similar to many leaders who begin their journey. She began running a $1 million store and utilized authoritarian leadership style. The textbook states the authoritarian leader maintains strict control over followers by directly regulating policy, procedures, and behavior. Page 40. Robin was completely focused on regulating and achieving results that she failed to show concern or care for the employees that worked for her. She began to lose employees and didn't understand why until someone shared some difficult feedback with her, that no one enjoyed working for her. It was in this moment that Robin realized she had to make a change to be successful. She let go of her authoritarian tendencies and began to focus on what she could do for her employees. On page 359 of our textbook, we learn about the second principle of servant leadership, which is stewardship. Servant leaders act on behalf of followers who have entrusted them with leadership responsibilities. Stewards are accountable for results, but reach their goals by serving others. Robin's leadership style continues to change and evolve just as she does. We discussed adapting to different employees' learning styles, and she simply stated, "It's about being curious. Never ask a question you already know the answer to." In our textbook, we explored Hershey and Blanchard's situational leadership approach. And while it's not foolproof, it's a great way to introduce situational leadership as a way to assess follower readiness in comparison to leadership success. Robin shared a story of how she recently connected with a store manager about a cleanliness program Starbucks has recently implemented. The manager was struggling to utilize the program, and instead of assuming, Robin encouraged the manager to problem solve the obstacles keeping the store from using the tool. In this example, Robin was aware the store manager wasn't achieving a result, but instead of assuming it was for a certain reason, Robin utilized situational leadership to assess her followers' willingness and ability to achieve the desired result. As a follower and employee of Robin's, I feel she does exemplify the qualities of a servant leader. On page 358 of our text, we see the first quality is concern for people. Robin uses individual weekly check-ins to ensure her store manager team is doing well, both in the store and in our personal lives. The second characteristic, stewardship, I shared earlier, but you can see her desire to achieve results working through others rather than using coercion in the example I provided about the cleanliness program. Third is equity or justice. Our book states servant leaders practice empowerment by giving followers the space to develop and exercise their talents, by delegating authority for important tasks, and by sharing information. You can see this anytime you speak with Robin about results, because she always replies, "How will you lead differently tomorrow?" She empowers each store manager to run their store how they see fit and challenges them to develop their abilities to lead. Finally, the fourth part of servant leadership is high moral character. They analyze their motives, seek out opportunities for personal growth, and regularly take time to examine their attitudes and values. Not only does Robin challenge her employees to think differently about how they'll lead, during our interview, she stated, "Every day I recap and think to myself, how will I lead differently tomorrow?" Her ability to be honest about her leadership and examine her own abilities developed not only herself, but others who work with her. Leadership, a communication perspective, shares that a servant leader puts the needs of followers before their own needs, which is both ethical and effective. Page 358. It is through these behaviors that she inspires myself and my store manager team to strive for better and to inspire others. Through exploration of her past, her continued journey, and my perspective as someone who works for her, we can see that Robin is the true epitome of a servant leader and a situational leader.